Okay, here's how to make a flat sander or a sanding star. Uh, this is going to be as quick as I possibly can because I don't really want to upload a massive video. You need a bolt with a washer. This is a previously used one, okay? You can tell because of the wear. And you need another washer and a nut. You also need a roll of cloth back sandpaper. As you can see, it's not going to fly apart. It's quite tough stuff. I get this from B&Q. You can get it from industrial, commercial sources as well. Here we go. Right. So what you want to do is, this stuff rips really well. So you want to measure out like 150 mil, just like that. The form that this comes in, it's about 100 mil wide. So what I do is tear it in half. So you get 2 strips for every 100 mil. Next stage is drilling a hole in the middle, okay? And I do that on 4 and on 4. And then basically what you want to do is feed them onto your bolt. Wash it on first. So there's your first cross, and then you want to do another cross. So you've almost got a circular shape. Now position it right, just like that, okay? And then you do another one the opposite way. Now you can stack them up. You could stick a washer on and have several layers of these, and then you've got yourself a sanding mop. They're really good for doing concave surfaces. These, because they're narrow, they're good for going in between cuts, so going down a saw curve, if you know what I mean by that. So you get your washer and your nut on. I usually use nuts and bolts that are going to be compatible with my combi key. So because it's been previously used, it's worn. That's why I use the impact driver, just to knock it through the thread. They don't last long, so if you're going to buy some, buy a lot. And of course the spinning round process knocks all of that stuff out of alignment, so you just maybe want to, before you nip it up, slacken it off and get everything aligned so that it's almost perfect. Now that's all I do, and it's quick and it's easy, and it's not fancy, but these things don't last long. They're very effective. So all you need is the nut, the bolt, a couple of washers, your cloth backed sandpaper, your combi key, the bit for doing the other end, the drill for drilling out the holes in the sandpaper. Use an old drill bit because because it's sandpaper, it kills it. And then an old worktop on your bench, or even a scrap bit of wood that you're drilling into. And now I'll show you how to use them. Okay, this is a mushroom top that I'm making for one of my fairy houses. Basically, what I've got here is saw curves for the frills of the fungus. What I'm going to do is show you how I sand them with this particular mop. Now you can see how thin it is, and it actually gets right in to that saw curve and takes out all the furries that I've created by using the saber tooth bit. Generally what I do is, like for example with furring, you got all those hairies happening, and especially if you use the saber tooth bit, you get all those torn hairy fibres. What I tend to do is to raise them up and to get rid of them. Won't so much burn them, but I'll singe them, so that they've just, instead of doing that, they've done this, and then that's when this thing comes into effect. It's the best thing for it, for doing deep stuff. They don't last long, but you know, you can make them in minutes. Right, when they're new, they're really stiff and they work really well. When they're older, they're better for doing fur and stuff. But as you can see, they're quite effective. They've gotten right into that saw curve, and they've sanded it out, and they've rounded all the edges. As you can see, the unflapped stuff, it's all got the square edges on and the saw marks. If you go around here, you can see it's rounded everything off. It's sanded in the gaps. There is some hairy bits there where I've missed. They also take out the burn marks off the grinder too. They take away all the burnt stuff and all the raised fibres. So even though it's just one layer, it's really effective. In fact, I think it's more effective than having a mop, because mops are only really good for doing those concave bits. Okay, bye.